Yo.
Okay.
I get my moment.
Let me get this ugly motherfucker up there.
I thought I had my moment.
What you want? You want your moment?
Soliloquy.
I don't want it anymore.
Yo, man, welcome back to another episode of IBTE Sports Podcast. You got your boy Lawrence, Phil, and Neil. Kenny is not here right now. Shout out to Kenny, man.
He will be joining us.
Handling business.
He'll be joining us in a little bit. But man, how y'all feeling? How y'all living, man? What's up? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty shitty.
You doing shitty, man? Why? Talk to us.
You know,
I know we got like 80 something episodes, and like 98% of them you said that already.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Just, we lost Robert Woods, Von Miller's time with the Bills.
But that's how it go when you win championships, except unless you're the Patriots.
My bets haven't been hitting. What are you gonna do? You gotta win some, you lose some.
Yeah, that's how it goes, man. That's how it goes. How about you, Phil? What's up, man?
Be doing good. Bet's been hitting here and there, not as much as it would be, but every day's a new day. Just gotta keep trying.
All right. I feel good, man.
Consistent.
This week has been good. Yeah, definitely consistency. Started a new job last week, so
nice.
Week 2 here.
Congrats. Didn't know that. Congrats.
Appreciate that.
He said it in the chat.
Huh?
He said it in the chat, Neil.
Who did?
Lawrence.
When?
I don't know. I probably mentioned
a couple days ago.
Yeah. All right, congrats.
But another thing too. Happy birthday to my boy, co-founder IBTE Network, Zero Fresh.
Happy birthday.
Air Fresh Customs.
Yo, congrats.
I got his branded shirt on right now. So
congrats,
shout
Customs.
out to him. He said shout out Customs.
He said congrats, Customs.
Listen, his sneakers pretty solid, bro. Pretty solid. I'm not gonna lie. I got myself a pair, so. But man, listen, there's a lot going on, man. We got March Madness, we got NBA, isn't there like 10 games left?
Last 10, 12 games, yeah.
You get the final stretch before the play-in. We got crazy moves in the NFL. Where do y'all want to dive in at, man? There's a lot. I think we'll save March Madness for the CBB god.
Yeah, I mean, I think we talk about about what happened today. Tyreek Hill decides to leave his home in Kansas City, leaves quote unquote, not myself quoting this, but a lot of analysts out there, the greatest quarterback ever, a shoe in for the Hall of Fame, all this shit like dynasty, AFC championship every year, Super Bowl the past 2, all this shit, right? And he decides to go to the Miami Dolphins. I mean, he got the bag, $76 million. Guaranteed $120 million over 4 or 5 years, so he got paid. He goes to a much weaker team, but
yeah, it's definitely. I feel like it's definitely about money right now.
Absolutely.
He won his championship, and
he went back too.
Right, and I forgot about it. He had that extension the first time. Yep. So, hey man, listen, he's at that point, that second contract. You need that money. You bank for his kids, his family.
Listen, you gotta pay me, all right? Fuck you, pay me.
like Nick said, because he wants everything to revolve around him in the Raiders. But I do think that DA moving kind of forced their hand too. Him getting that money like that.
No, Christian Kirk.
Nope.
Christian Kirk
Christian Kirk fucked the whole market up.
I forgot about him.
Christian Kirk, I mean, granted that it's Christian Kirk, but still, he comes out and goes and gets a fucking absolute ridiculous, crazy amount of money. So, that's what did it. You get something like that, it fucks up the whole market because it's like when a house on your block sells, right? Everything else on that block goes off of that house selling. So your neighbor sells their house for $250,000. You're like, oh shit, they're going for $250. Let me fix mine up. I can sell mine for $300. Christian Kirk, not even close to Tyreek Hill, gets, what did he get? $30 million, $45 million, something like that.
Did he get 5 for 90?
Crazy amounts of money. Tyreek Hill's like, whoa. Devontae Adams like, whoa. Christian Kirk got this. Okay. Tyreek Hill's like, whoa. Christian Kirk got this. Okay. So, I mean, you even look at what Von Miller did as well. Like, he's like, I mean, the Rams had money set aside for him, and he's like, nope, I'm going to go get paid. I need more. So he got $120 million. The Rams ain't paying a 33-year-old that much money.
Yeah, I think a lot of that is not going to be – they're going to let him go before that.
I think so, too. He's got 3 years on it,
Right.
Before they have to pay him that or whatever. So, but either way.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill, Phil.
Yeah. Like you guys said, like, it was more about the money than, like, winning championships because no one, like, willingly goes to the Dolphins and wants to win a championship. Or the Jets, so if those were two designated teams, you know it's about the money, not about winning.
Well, I think Tyreek Hill's from Miami.
Yeah, he said in his like tweet or whatever he posted, he said he was going back home, so he's probably from Miami.
I think he said he's from Miami. So,
but the bright side is that Miami Dolphins offense, they had some weapons, they have a lot of fast players. That if with the right pieces and Tua's improved play, that offense can be scary. Give it some time.
Yeah, I mean, Tua just needs to figure out what kind of quarterback he is, because now there's no excuses for him. I think I said it in the chat. I think Tua led the league last year in least amount of air yards per attempt.
Yeah, he did.
So he's not he doesn't really have a strong arm that we've seen yet. He also cannot stay healthy. So
I think what's good, Blurt? What's good, bro? How you doing? But now I think for the Dolphins is if you're sold on Tua and not you're like he's the future, you gotta scheme better. You gotta scheme for him. Plain and simple. Like
I think this year's going to be a lot different. Brian Flores, I mean, obviously a great coach. No reason for him to have gotten fired, but McDaniel's an offensive coach, so
logic.
I think for sure it's going to be a lot different.
He said logic. He does
vibe.
He does look
looks
like
like
logic.
him.
He does look like logic.
He's a fucking clown.
And he definitely said the most logic thing. I'm half black.
I'm biracial.
Like what, bro? Like just accept your job and just go about your business. What are we talking about?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be very fun to see how the offense works out. I think because they added Mostert, obviously they added Armstead from free agency. A lot of good players to bolster that O line. Still hurts, Lawrence? Too soon?
Crazy. Shout out to Armstead, man. He's a beast. Tremendous tackle. He deserved every dollar he got. Happy for him. Wish he stayed though.
Had to get that money.
Yep.
Yeah, smart man. Smart man.
Y'all motherfuckers ain't gonna pay his ass.
Well, we could have.
Yeah.
We could have.
Caps a myth, remember?
Yeah.
And I guess we could talk about other moves at NFL recently this week. Obviously, the Rams traded Robert Woods for a 6th-round pick.
How do you feel about that?
It's pretty sad. I definitely don't think a 6th-round pick is proper.
They could have got more.
I feel like they definitely could have got more, but he has a torn ACL currently, so
right.
True.
I think that went into it. But I think Robert Woods didn't really have the strongest year with the Rams last year. He didn't really ever get a chance to click with Matt Stafford. He had one game against the Seahawks where he had 150 yards. He had like 20 receptions for 150. Don't get me wrong, great receiver, great blocker. Definitely changed the franchise for the Rams. But I just think the way that the offense is going now, they need somebody with a little bit more. Robert Woods is a safe receiver, like he's your safety guy. He's your safety net guy. He's going to go out there on 3rd down and, get you 5 yards if you need him to. But Allen Robinson's the big play guy. He's your red zone threat. He's your possibly 1,100 yards receiving, 85 receptions, 1,100 yards, 10 touchdowns, 15 touchdowns.
So he might get more than that.
And plus, Robert Woods, he was 30. He had $60 million left on his contract that we would have had to pay him over the next 4 or 5 years. That torn ACL is definitely scary for a wide receiver. I mean, you see what happened with OBJ, tore it again. So I think, they offloaded some money. And they didn't do it without signing somebody. So say what you will about Allen Robinson, but I think he's going to fit in great with that offense.
Right. No, I think Allen Robinson is a dog. Go ahead, Phil.
Right. So all he needs is like 3 or 4 catches. It'll already be better than the Chicago career. So
Yeah,
I know. Us last year drafting Allen Robinson fantasy.
It wasn't. It was still a good draft pick. They just, I
his,
think, like
his,
people had said,
his
they phased him
QBR,
out.
his QBR that they had, last year was, what was it, like 58? I think they had. Chicago's QBR that the players had, or the quarterbacks had, like 66 and 58.
It's a poor situation.
Something disgusting.
Nah, it just looked like they literally phased him out. Like, they weren't, like, if you watch the games, they were not targeting him at all.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, I don't know if he had problems with Nagy or whatever it was.
No, they didn't have a quarterback. They literally didn't have a quarterback.
Justin Fields.
Was just couldn't figure the shit out because he had, guys in his face as soon as he dropped back. And what the fuck is Andy Dalton gonna do? So.
And what you guys think about the Tinder swindler, Deshaun Watson?
Good move for the Browns. They're gonna get off Baker. They get a superstar quarterback. Hopefully he can play. Because he technically still has to face some sort of suspension, I believe, from the NFL.
That's what I'm saying.
If they choose to suspend him,
I feel like they are like.
Yeah, I mean, if they choose to suspend him for everything that happened last year, then who knows how many games he's going to play?
He's going to be going for 8 games.
Yeah, and
that'll be, I don't know, that might be generous, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. It could even be more. But if you're Cleveland, you paid him. He's there for you now. He's your franchise quarterback now. I mean, he's still 24.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Baker's got to move on.
Where do you guys think he's going?
You want to take this?
I thought, I saw Baker going to New Orleans. I thought that New Orleans would have been a great spot for him to go. Obviously, Lawrence would say otherwise, but I think.
Why do you say that?
It's a perfect offense for him. You have an offense, geared around what Drew Brees left with the short throws, middle of the field throws. Not to mention you have Alvin Kamara that can take a lot of the junk off your back if you need to, a lot of check downs if you needed to. So it's a great intermediate offense for him.
I don't agree with that. I think Drew Brees' the switch to the offense was due to his arm disintegrating on his way out more than the scheme itself. Because if he's able to push the ball down the field, the Saints are going to push the ball down the field.
But they also don't have the weapons to push the ball down the field. So you really don't have, it's not like he was going into, a team that, like in Arizona or, somebody that has a lot of weapons like a Tampa Bay or something like where you could go with a deep threat like Mike Evans. Like your deep threat is not, I mean, you have that young guy, but did he even resign?
Deontay Hardy now, not Harris. I think they put a
tender on him or something.
They put a tender on him, a second rounder.
Yeah. So either way, I mean, you obviously see, Baker's deep ball is not the best. You saw that a lot in Cleveland, obviously. But you got him a guy like Jarvis Landry, who he excelled in Cleveland a little bit before OBJ got there. So that type of intermediate game, that quick route, quick slants, middle of the field type of game, that's what Baker excels in. Rolling out of the pocket, he's very accurate. I think that New Orleans offense would have been perfect for him. So
I just don't like him. I just don't like his attitude.
Well, yeah, I mean, granted, he's not the best.
He's a big fucking baby.
Attitude-wise, he's a baby. He complains a lot. Obviously, the media doesn't like him. He's not the best guy to have on your team or on your franchise, but if you're looking at a team like there's a lot of teams right now that don't have a quarterback. And
Seattle?
Seattle's got a quarterback.
Oh, it's about like we talk about it all the time with the whole Carson Wentz shit in Philadelphia. You got to get the locker room behind you.
Right.
New Orleans. If Baker Mayfield walked in New Orleans, Demario Davis is not respecting him. MT's not respecting him. AK's not respecting him.
Yeah, but they get that. They know that you have to earn respect. That happens with any player that comes in. It's like who the fuck would have thought that Jared Goff would take over the Rams and just get respected? But he just was a leader, and that happens. That happens with a lot of quarterbacks. They just prove to guys that you have to respect me. Like, look at how hard I play for us. All this shit. So honestly, Baker belongs. He's a starting quarterback for now. I think he should definitely be a starter somewhere.
Like, it's not over yet.
You can't tell me Baker doesn't go to Chicago and immediately make that team better, right? Like they don't have a quarterback.
Put him in Chicago.
They don't have anybody.
He's gonna be running for his life.
They got the guy.
I mean,
me personally, they got the guy.
I mean, who
signed him?
Who on that Carolina roster is a better quarterback than him?
No, he's definitely better than
Darnold. He's better than Darnold. And Cam Newton's still there, isn't he?
Yeah, Cam Newton's technically still there.
PJ Walker, PJ Walker is not bad, but he's not an NFL quarterback. He's more of a wildcat type of guy. I think Baker makes a roster better somewhere where he goes. Maybe Cleveland's not the city for everybody. Like we've seen that in sports so far. Baker's not a Cleveland, Ohio guy. He belongs in a city that would, kind of feed his ego a little bit, if you know what I mean.
Bryce said we don't have to see those commercials.
I don't know. Where else? You said Chicago.
I think, obviously, Carolina already said they don't want him. Let's see where else. I'm trying to think now. It's hard when you're thinking teams on the spot like that.
Because how many more chances does he really get?
I would say he gets. I would say he gets another chance. One more chance at least.
I believe so too.
He has to. I mean, did they go to the playoffs in his tenure?
Yeah,
they went to the. I mean, he's a playoff quarterback.
Yeah. They beat Pittsburgh. 2 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's a scrub. So I mean, sure, his last year looked bad, right? It looked gross.
He had a tremendous supporting cast.
But guess what? Guess who's never beaten Baker? Joe Burrow. Never beaten Baker Mayfield. Just saying. Now Joe Burrow's the next hot thing. Joe Burrow's the next Tom Brady, he hasn't beaten him.
Are we really doing that?
Just saying.
Are we really doing that?
I'm just saying, man.
Come on, bro.
He hasn't beaten him. So
man.
Joe Burrow's team hasn't beaten Baker Mayfield's team.
Pull up the has the Browns beat the Ravens since Lamar and Baker got there? I'm about to check that. Because I just want to cross-reference that. That's something that would matter because that's a better sample size of people that are playing near the same amount of time. You feel me? Oh, there he is. He saw football and said, "Hold on, wait a minute." He got the Matt Ryan jersey in the background.
He was ready.
Matt Ryan. Okay. Hold on.
Wait, Kenny, what jersey are you wearing?
Wait, he's got the GoPro set up, the mini GoPro or something. What's going on over there? I can't even see him.
Yo, man, listen, if you just tuning in, man, IBTE
Sports
Podcast. You got your boy Lawrence, Kenny, and Phil and Nil. We're out here.
This man got the Twitch set up right now. Camera angle wise.
He does. He's got that side camera angle like he's streaming on Twitch. He's out here. He's got the Matt Ryan jersey. Look how many fucking Matt Ryan jerseys this kid's got.
Not one, not two, not three, not four.
Are you gonna? I think it's gonna be saying his eulogy. So let's give him. You got something written?
He's got music playing or something in the background.
No, I was testing the microphone out because I was in another meeting somewhere else.
Oh yeah, because it takes over the mic if you're in another.
That brings us to the next NFL.
Kenny obviously has gone through a tragedy. His franchise MVP quarterback, Super Bowl going to quarterback, has been traded away. And Kenny, if you guys don't know, Kenny defends this man with his life. No matter what Matt Ryan does, he loves him. He could throw an out pick six and it don't matter. It's not Matt Ryan's fault. Somebody else's fault. Somebody caused that pick. There was a laser in the fans. Somebody shined something in his eye. Something happened.
Something new to be quiet. This is the same guy that wasn't sure if Jared Goff leaving was a good thing or not when they brought him in.
It was 5 minutes after the trade. That was 5 minutes after.
Bro, that's what I'm talking about.
It was an immediate reaction. It was a 5-minute trade.
The difference is one was a league MVP, and one was a mediocre quarterback. And is it a good thing that we got rid of Jared Goff? I'm so confused.
I love the switch up. You've been supporting this man all season.
Jared Goff went to a Super Bowl, won an NFC championship. Matt Ryan went to a Super Bowl and won an NFC championship.
How many MVPs he got?
He could have won one, and he didn't. He could have. Who cares? The resume's the same. Besides the MVP, the resume's the same.
But there is an MVP, so they're not the same.
They both lost to the Patriots.
Right or wrong?
They both lost to the Patriots. Actually, your loss to the Patriots is much worse.
Top five.
But anyway, since you want to come and go crazy about Matt Ryan, I'm glad he did this because I've been hearing a lot of people talk negatively about Matt Ryan. For that reason, we have a new segment. And we're
New segment alert.
It is called. Let's get there. All right, it's over there.
Are we gonna be able to
Put
see
it up
this?
when you're ready, Lawrence.
Yeah,
There it is.
I got it on the.
Oh yeah,
Kenny's
there it is.
comparisons.
Slideshow efficient.
So,
All right, so
because a
let's
lot
go,
of people,
man.
talk about Matt Ryan like he's done nothing, or it's all about his supporting cast. The supporting cast makes him. It's all about the supporting cast. Okay, Grant, he had Roddy White, he had Julio Jones. Those are two greats. But let's talk about the other guys, like a Harry Douglas, who his last two seasons. A lot of people probably don't even know who Harry Douglas is. His last 2 seasons in Atlanta, he played 28 games for 136 catches, had 1,600 yards, and one of those seasons went for over 1,000 yards, and he had 4 touchdowns in those last 2 years. Now, that got him paid. So, obviously, he's on the come-up, right? Like, he went next to Tennessee. Had to do great there, right, guys? I mean, because Matt Ryan's not that good. The weather makes Matt Ryan, right? So, he couldn't have been that good. He had to be great in Tennessee. Well, he played 3 seasons there, only 27 games, 52 catches, 630 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Ew.
Well, Kenny, that's Harry Douglas. He's not really that great of a player.
It's Harry
what do you
Douglas,
expect,
Kenny.
I mean,
Yeah.
right, it's Harry Douglas. So
Douglas.
there's no other examples you can possibly have for us, right? Mohamed Sanu, well, that's a great example, Kenny, because he had a ball out everywhere he went because he's great, and there's no way that Matt Ryan made him better.
Not New
right?
England.
Right? Look at those career numbers. There's no way that was all Matt Ryan. Okay, so he played with Ryan, Andy Dalton, and the GOAT, Tom Brady, the GOAT.
He did. Yep.
This was 8 games with the Patriots, 47 catches. He only had 207 yards, 1 touchdown, and 26 yards a game.
How many
Now,
passing touchdowns did he
I
have?
don't know. That's half a year.
1 or 2?
With the Patriots, he had 0. With
Oh.
the Patriots, he had none.
I think
Okay, so
Thought he
now,
had a-
okay, Kenny, but that was only half a season. We can't count that. Let's talk about his real time when he played with the Falcons and the Bengals. Let's compare those ones. You know what? You're right, guys. Let's compare that. That's more fair. 53 games, 225 catches, 2,500 yards, 14 touchdowns, 47 yards a game. Those got to be his Cincy numbers. Those are really good. Okay, 57 games. So now we got to be talking the Atlanta numbers, right? This has to be it. He had 152 catches, 1,800 yards, 11 touchdowns, 30-yard game. That's right. See, Kenny, he's not better when he played with Matt Ryan. Those ones are his Cincy numbers. And these are the Falcon numbers? You mean he was much better playing with Matt Ryan in less games? Oh, okay. Well, Kenny, it's Mohamed Sanu. He's a career number 2 receiver. It can't be good. Austin Hooper. Yeah, Austin Hooper. Use him as an example. Austin Hooper's last year in Atlanta. He had 13 games, 75 catches, almost 790 yards, and 6 touchdowns. Got the bank, became the highest paid tight end when he went to Cleveland. Played for Cleveland for 2 seasons. 2 seasons. 29 games, only 9 more catches,
2
less
those.
yards. One
That's
one
nasty
touchdown.
work right there.
Oh, that's
Ew.
interesting because you can't be better with Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan is only good because the guys around him. And, well, as a tight end, Kenny, we can't count him. He's a tight end. Cordero Patterson. His best season as a wide receiver. 45 catches, 470 yards, 4 touchdowns. In his 1 year with Matt Ryan, where he was a running back, he had more catches, more yards, more receiving touchdowns.
Fantasy MVP too.
So we have now debunked that he's only good because of his weapons, because clearly I've just shown you multiple examples of how he makes plays around him better. Well, he's just not that good in general. Okay, well, here's one guy who played 13 seasons with one team, 208 games, about 4,700 completions, 55,000 yards, 400 touchdowns, 200 picks, 95 rating, 264 yards a game, about 4,300 yards a season. That's good. Here's another guy who had 14 seasons in one place, 222 games. You know, the numbers are right there. I don't have to read them out to you. Well, who could these two be, guys? Because, I mean, the one on the left is clearly better, but it's not that – could we all agree before I show you? It's not that far off, right?
Right.
Okay.
Neil looks confused.
Well, there's Matt Ryan on the right. Okay. Oh look, that's Peyton Manning's Indianapolis numbers. And when he got moved, everyone, oh, the Broncos are Super Bowl champions. This is great. This is great. I'm not saying Matt Ryan's Peyton Manning. It's not what I'm saying. But my point is, if you think Matt Ryan the Colts is not a good move for them, then why were you excited when Peyton Manning went to the Broncos? Because look at their numbers at their first stop.
Ooh.
Bow, bow, bow.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, man.
Talk to him.
That's some good
That's all
stuff,
I'm
man.
saying. I digress. Everyone can do what they want with that information, but if you're going to bash Matt Ryan, you should at least know the facts about the man.
Mmm.
Drop some mic.
We need sound effects. We need a soundboard.
Oh, man. Mill's like, hold on.
Numbers? Oh, shit.
Statman is
You overstated him.
perplexed. Oh, that's
He's
crazy.
He's going through a
work
system
right there.
reboot.
Yo, so Kenny, what do you think of the NFL move so far, man? Deshaun Watson. What'd you think
wow.
about that?
Low key, I mean, like, obviously, I'd be a liar to say, like, they have been great on my team. But, like, from a moral standpoint, I'm kind of glad I don't have to have that moral conundrum of, like, how do I root for this guy? But, I mean, going to Cleveland's just a bad-run organization. Like, I don't know anybody that wants to be there. I think in 2-3 more years, he's going to have another I don't want to be here anymore situation. Hope I'm wrong, but that's just my takeaway from it.
What about Tyreek Hill, man? 5 players.
That's another one. Like, I don't know, dude. If you're a wide receiver, do you want to play with anyone other than Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah, apparently he does.
18 mil, they already have a ring.
Yeah, I think it definitely. I was saying before. I think it's just all about the money right now.
When he talks.
He got his championship.
Kenny, I
Probably
told
still
them.
stamp.
I said to them.
Sure is.
I said to them before you got on. I said, they can all thank Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk caused all this nasty work to go on.
100%.
These guys saw
My
these.
thing is, like, I mean,
These wide
yeah, you
receivers
wanna
saw
get
Christian
paid,
Kirk get paid, right? And then they're like, okay, I guess we'll go. We'll go find out how much people want to cough up for us.
Yeah, like, the thing is, he was already getting paid 18 mil a year. So, like, I don't know. I guess I just get confused. Like, what? I don't think that's, like, poorly compensated. So what do these guys want?
They want more.
Like,
More records.
I get it's all competition.
What the fuck does that mean, Kobe Bryant? Well, so what's the number going to be for
best quarterback?
What's the number going to be for Cooper Kupp when that comes up?
When is that?
Point.
Probably this year. If I had to guess, it's going to either be this year or next year. He's on a 3-year contract he just signed, so I think this is the last year for his contract. But he's making.
He's also probably going to look at like Tyreek Hill was still under contract. These guys are trying to re-up early. Like,
I wonder what his body feels like though too, Cooper Kupp, because that's a lot of miles. At the what is he 28, 29?
Yeah, he's 29.
That's a lot of football, and he got 2,000 yards receiving every year in college. So time is ticking for him.
And he tore an ACL.
Right. So.
Right.
But this next contract, he's definitely gonna get. They're gonna pay it. They're gonna.
He's got 15 mil. That's how much he makes right now. 15 mil.
It'll probably be a record-breaking one.
Give me Cooper Kupp for 15 mil over any of these fucking wide receivers that just got paid this money. Give me Cooper Kupp. Give me Cooper Kupp at 15 mil over Devontae Adams. Give me Cooper Kupp at 15 mil over Tyreek Hill. Any of them.
Christian Kirk?
Yeah, Christian Kirk.
And
I don't know. Listen, I don't know about DA is cold too. Like you talking about clean over it. I don't know about all that.
I'm just saying. Listen,
DA is
my
crazy.
guy. My guy just led the league in every single receiving statistic.
That is fine. That's fine and dandy.
So, until somebody does that.
Well, and statistically, like financially speaking, too, I'll take him for $13 million. Even if I think Devontae Adams is slightly better, I'll take
Of
Cooper
course.
Kupp for $13 million less. Like,
Right.
It's not really a drop off.
I'll take the Super Bowl MVP for $13 million. I'll take the Triple Crown winner, and it wasn't close for $15 million.
Oh my goodness.
And the thing though, I think is what we're going to see start to happen, especially with like how these young receivers now are coming in and taking over. Like, remember years ago, running backs, like, you started getting devalued. Like, they used to get paid a ton of money, and then people were like, I'm just going to keep replacing with young guys. Give it a little bit, that's what's going to happen. Like, these wide receivers the market is booming right now. 5 years from now, we won't be talking like this. It's going to be, okay, play a rookie deal here, and then
they all don't deserve all that money.
Right. So the one thing I wanted to bring up tonight, just to see what your guys' thoughts on this is, because obviously I'm a huge Rams fan. Follow a lot of Rams people on Twitter, a lot of Rams GMs, and a lot of everything on Twitter, right? So
Indeed.
the word around town is, which you can either agree or disagree, but that the Rams' philosophy has reshaped the NFL. The Rams' philosophy of fuck them picks, we're going to go get whoever we want, pay whoever we want, cap is a myth type thing is starting to reshape. You know, it took a Super Bowl to prove it, but now it's starting to show other teams, other GMs, other people in the NFL that, hey, we don't need 2 first-round picks this year. We don't need 5 years of picks. We could go get a Tyreek Hill.
I would say that because if they got multiple picks, yeah, you can do that. But if you just got your standard picks, you're not doing that.
Right, and I just guess it depends on where your team is as a franchise. Like the Rams, you knew, well, we have to win in the next 2 years anyways. Like, so of course you're going to give everything up. But a team like, for example, the Texans are not going to be competitive for about 5 years. The Texans cannot blow all their picks to bring in a stud quarterback because, I have a stud quarterback, and what else do I have around him now?
But like a team like the Raiders, though.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
You think a team like the Raiders is in win now mode? Like it's like now or bust.
The Raiders are absolutely.
I feel like they're getting win now mode. Yeah, they're building up. They got something over there.
But realistically, why wouldn't they?
I think
they just made the playoffs last year. Like, if you were a playoff team, then yeah, you feel like you're a couple pieces away from winning the whole thing.
And they're trying to go get Tyrann Mathieu too. So I feel like if they add that to the defense,
don't they already have Abraham?
He'll play the other. He'll play the other one.
I think Abram's strong safety.
Abram, he's the enforcer though. He's the crash dummy out of the safety. So you're gonna need another guy.
But yeah, I mean, just obviously coming as a Rams fan, I personally would agree with the statement that we have never seen moves like this be made, ever. Like not that I can remember.
Also, we've never seen players want out like this either.
Well,
so
I agree.
Sword. I know what you're saying, but I think it goes both ways. We've never seen players openly say, "I don't want to be here anymore." We've never seen teams say, "Okay, we'll trade you," and we've never seen teams say, "I'll mortgage my future to bring you in." It's all three are happening at one time.
Right, but I was about to say it takes you being in very close to winning it to do these type of things. Cusp. You're not just gonna do this if you're in a bad spot.
Well, I mean, you see a team that does it right, and they complete it right. They bring the glory home. Like you can never take that away from the Rams. They are Super Bowl champions. They won Super Bowl, whatever. And now you look at these other teams now in the whole league, and they're going to say, "Well, the Rams went out and got OBJ, in the midseason. The Rams went out and got Von Miller in the midseason. Why can't we go do that in the offseason? Why can't we go do this and that?" And of course it comes with a price. Of course it comes with a price, but.
Because ask Lawrence how it worked out for the Saints when they traded away all their whole draft for Ricky Williams. Like, yes, you have the Rams example of like it worked out, but we have an example of teams that have mortgaged their future and it didn't work out.
Yep.
So it is what it is. We'll see.
Damn, Lawrence, you got to bring up Ricky Williams like that on you?
Yeah, that shit trickled into
the same day
right before Reggie.
The same day you lose Armstead?
No.
You think he didn't know that?
Kenny.
You think he didn't know that? Kenny knew that. He's silent assassin your ass right there. All right.
Oh man, listen. That's a long time ago.
But that's another example. That's just the Vikings and the Cowboys with the Herschel Walker trade. Like, you mortgage your future and nobody wants.
Well, you also guess what? You also just named. What position did you just name too?
running backs.
2 running backs. Kind of sounds familiar. I know a team that gave everything for 2 running back.
Hold on, but the thing is, Ricky was like, "Yo, I kind of don't want to even." He was wishy-washy at playing football anyway.
Yeah, exactly. That was just stupid. He was a stud MLB player. Kenny.
MLB, that's Bo Jackson. What are you talking about? Ricky Williams was not a stud MLB player.
What I said MLB? I meant NFL. My bad.
MLB. You did that. You did that last week, bro.
I got baseball on my mind. I'm sorry.
You did that last week. You're like, no,
he actually had Otani on his mind.
I got baseball on my mind. I apologize. But yeah, look, I know a team that mortgaged almost lost everything for a running back. I'm wearing their fucking hat right now. Fucking Todd Gurley. Can you believe that man is not in the league? Can you believe it?
Body couldn't hold up.
It's just so crazy how dominant he was, and then it's just like, bye, see you later.
Nah, that's how it goes.
He's 27 years old.
He's 27?
Yeah, he's the same age as us.
Todd gotta be older than that.
If anything, he's a year. The oldest he is 28.
Yeah.
Was he 27?
He gotta be older than that, bro.
Thought he was 27.
Yeah, he gotta be 29. There's no way he's 26, 27.
No, he really might be though, Warren.
He might be.
He's 27.
Yeah, he's 27.
Wow.
Yeah. How
That's
sad is
insane.
that? And he's been out of the league for 3 years now. Or did he? Kenny, did he play COVID year with you guys?
Last year was the first year he sat out, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, he played COVID year with you?
Yeah.
With the Falcons? Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know he was on the team that year.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
That was the only year he was on the team.
Crazy.
You had everybody and their mothers going to draft him because he went to the Falcons. They're like, he gonna get all these carries, and then
he still scored double-digit touchdowns, didn't he?
Yeah, no, he still was a good fantasy pickup because he was the only red zone option. Like,
it's true. That's crazy, man. Like, your career's short. Good thing he got paid too.
Especially
got paid that money.
Yo, Kenny, man.
the Rams still owe money.
They still do. No, we're done now.
Oh, you paid him finally?
Yeah, he's off the books now.
He's off the books finally.
Yep. Jared Goff and Michael Brockers and Todd Gurley this year, finally, all off the books. That's why we're signing people.
But yeah, let's transition to motherfucking college basketball tomorrow. Sweet 16.
That's still going?
That's still going.
Yeah.
Kenny, what's
day
up,
2,
man? Kenny, what's up, man? Talk to the people.
Let's go Peacocks!
I said it last week on podcast, like this would be one of the craziest tournaments because there's no clear-cut dominant team, and I was proven more than right last week. I mean, St. Peter's is in the Sweet 16. I mean, even take them out of it. You have Miami versus Iowa State, a 10 and 11 seed playing each other. North Carolina's in the Sweet 16. What's the other team? Michigan's in the Sweet 16. Like this
Providence
year, Providence is the 4 seed though. Providence is supposed to be here.
Kenny, do you remember a year like this where it's been like this, where it's been like just every single game has been close like this?
No, the only thing I can think of was the year when Houston went to the Final Four. We played Gonzaga. Is that we were 10 and 11 seeds, both of us in the Sweet 16. But the rest of the tournament was not wonky like that.
Right.
Like this is just, I don't know.
Yeah, this is crazy.
I mean, you ask me today who's going to win, I would have to say Gonzaga, but actually no, I'd probably say Nova still. But it's such a toss-up. Even Gonzaga.
The Nova boy is different.
I think honestly, like what it comes down to, if you ask me, which I think it's going to come down to who has the 1 or 2 dominant players that when it comes down to it in the game, who's going to take over and who can stop somebody. That's what it's going to come down to me. And if you look at Gonzaga, I think they have, they got Holmgren and Timmy. And we saw what happened. They were down in that game. Who'd they play against when they were losing? Memphis, yeah. And Timmy took over. Holmgren was struggling. They were physical with him. They were beating him up. They were beating him up. And Timmy said, "I'll take over," and he had 32 points.
But that is why I can't pick Gonzaga to win it all. Actually, is because of Holmgren. Because when they play against a physical team, he completely is neutralized. He's too small. Like when they play, if they have to play against Duke, I'm nervous for him. They have to play against Mark Williams. Mark Williams will little boy him. Like, yeah, Chet Holmgren is 7 feet tall, but he is this big.
He's got to weigh 120 pounds.
He said he's this big.
He's literally got to weigh. I'm saying, man, there's no way he weighs more than 160, right?
Like, why did Memphis have their way with him? Because Duran is a big body down low.
He sent his ass.
Come here. And, I mean, obviously, I'm glad Gonzaga came back. I thought Gonzaga was a better team. But the thing, why did Gonzaga come back? Because all of Memphis' bigs got in foul trouble, and they had to play small. If you have bigs, you're going to beat Gonzaga.
Right. Yeah.
It's just a nutty year. I'm going to take Nova because, like Neil said, you're going to need guys that will take over games. And Kyle Gillespie is a fifth-year senior point guard for Nova, who's great. They have Samuels, who's a senior presence, who's great. That I got to go with the guys that have experience in this situation.
So you like Nova in this? You like Nova to win it all?
Nova's futures bet.
Do
Yep.
you see what do you see for like what do you see for like a possible like upset? Do you see anything for like an upset? Is there any team that you could see like, a buzzer beater 3 knocks out one of your favorites and they could win it all?
I got Providence beating Kansas in the Sweet 16. That's 4-1. I actually got Providence going all the way to the Final Four, so I mean I guess that's a bit of an upset.
Over Remy and them boys?
Other than that, yeah.
You got no faith in the Peacocks?
No. One of those. It's a great story. We see it all the time.
It's the 16 Cinderella. It's a 16 seed Cinderella. It's sooner or later the story's got to end.
You see him, right? They get to the Sweet 16, and now it's like, all right, this was cute.
All right, skill. It's scholarship time.
He said it's scholarship time. Yo, listen, they took their team picture. It was just like a regular bench. It wasn't in the arena.
You see you should see where they play where they play basketball.
At a middle school gym.
Yeah, literally. It looks like Notre Dame's gym.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Their coach they asked their coach,
how did they get here?
Kids to come out here and play with no fear. He's like, because I recruit kids from South Jersey and New York City. They don't know what fear is. Like,
exactly. That's how they got there.
They're from New Jersey, right?
They were Showboat.
Yeah. They're from New Jersey. They did the comparison of Kentucky's gym against St. Peter's gym, and it was just like, shit, man. How do you come from a multi-million-dollar, organization like that? And
there was a TikTok.
I'll tell you how. Because contrary to popular belief, Coach Calipari is not a good college basketball coach.
Agreed. You know what he's good at, Kenny? He's good at recruiting. He's good at recruiting, and he's a bad coach.
He'd be a great general manager in the NBA. He'd be a great assistant coach in college. But once he gets all those guys, he has no clue what to do with them.
Yep.
The title that he won with Anthony Davis and them, it's because I could have been the coach. You roll out the basketball and say, go have fun, guys. That's what Calipari does. He is not a good coach. And actually, we've seen it. Because when he had all the one-and-dones, Kentucky was ranked like top 5 in the country consistently. Then Coach K started saying, let me start getting some of them. Bill Self, let me get some of them. And all the other schools started doing it. And now Kentucky is just like everybody else.
If you look at the rosters that Kentucky's had, they should have way more national championships than they have.
They should.
No doubt.
100%.
I mean, if Coach K had the same talent that Calipari had from that stretch from John Wall to Devin Booker, he would have had 6 titles in that.
How many titles would Syracuse have? Could you imagine those guys in that zone defense? Oh my God, with Jim Boeheim as their coach.
I mean, as much as everyone wants to shit on Boeheim, he's had one legit guy.
And what happened?
Time there, and it was
Melo. And they won a national championship.
So let's be real. You can try to cut it any way. Why is that good of a coach? Yada yada. But
a lot of 7th, 8th guys off the bench.
Right. He's done what top tier guys have done without top tier talent. Let's be real.
Yep.
But I digress.
That's true.
Also, everyone's
story for another day, Kenny.
Exactly.
Yeah, I didn't even check the bracket challenge either.
As soon as day 2 ended, I was like, yeah, I'm cooked.
I did.
I knew. Listen, I should have just went with my boys and just kept running through.
I picked a good year.
You out of it?
No. I sat there for a little bit and I was like, yo, I felt like, all right, they'll win round 1. I'm like, round 2, they gotta play. They're running into Baylor. There's no way to get past Baylor. They end up fucking doing it. So it's like,
I picked a good year not to do a fucking bracket.
And if I did one bracket only, I should have just put them see what happens. But hey, man,
I still got a shot. in our IBTE group, I'm the only one that picked Nova. Actually, I think in the Baller Central one too. So if Nova wins it all, like I'm not getting caught because everyone has Gonzaga or Arizona. So
I think I put Nova in.
not in ours.
I
I'm
didn't.
the only one that's got Nova.
Kenny, I seen a
the
tweet
hell
the other
losing?
day
Losing.
from some, I forget who it was. It was some checkmark guy. He was like saying a lot of people that don't follow college basketball don't realize that Arizona just has a bunch of 20-year-old European basketball players, like European pro basketball players.
Arizona is known for that. Like when they're good, like that's what happens. Same with Texas Tech a couple years ago. Like they bring in, they don't do the high school recruiting thing.
Yeah,
they get
just
one or two high school guys. The rest is all transfers or overseas guys.
Yeah, he's like they got a bunch of 20-year-old overseas professional basketball players, and then you look at their roster and you're like, damn, like that's actually true.
Yeah, Kenny, I got I got Nova all the way to the Elite Eight, and they lose to Arizona.
No, I got Nova winning it all.
Oh, you got them winning it
yeah.
all. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yes. I had Baylor in the Final Four. Tragic.
I'm hoping they win too. So
90% of the world did.
It's madness, baby. It's madness.
Listen, I can't wait for North Carolina to
Neil
play.
put it perfectly. Why do we gamble on something that has the word madness in it?
Why would you ever?
We have to be sick in the head.
Literally, why would you?
You know what you got to do to make more madness? Bet the next field goal.
And you know what? And you know what else is like you're literally betting on kids. Like if you think about it, you're betting on children.
No, right. Like the thing is, like we can look back at it now that like we're at it. It's like these kids are 18 years old. Like the
Literally.
kids that I was just reporting on playing high school basketball, in like 6 months I'll be gambling on them.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. It's crazy to think that you're doing that.
We did bets the first day of the March Madness challenge. Ever since then, haven't touched it since.
No,
Yeah, I'm done.
I was done.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
I think I have one parlay left that I placed a little while ago with Gonzaga to win and Arizona to win. That's it.
Yeah, all I have is Kenny's futures bets. That's it.
But it's safer. It's much safer now that there's only 16 teams left. But like, I really got to reevaluate myself. Like when 64 teams are playing, you know that something crazy is going to happen. Why did I think it was smart to gamble?
It's like an 18 parlay sounds really good right now. The first round of March Madness.
Right, exactly. I just put all the favorites on an 18 parlay for a couple bucks. Good luck.
Yeah, I'll just lose all 8 of that.
Exactly.
Right.
I mean, you got to think about it for us that, like, for people that played AAU. You think about it this way: you go into a big AAU tournament, like you're looking at the seeds, right? They go based off your like ranking and shit like that. Like you already know somebody's going down, and that's AAU. So what the fuck's gonna happen when Division I athletes all get together and they're at a fucking tournament? They get to sleep in a hotel room, like they're all fighting for their lives, possible professional basketball on the line. Like obviously somebody's going down.
I feel like we were saying in the chat last week, basketball is like that sport where you can really, like, even if you're bigger, faster, stronger than everybody else, you can still lose.
Yeah, 100%, man. It takes is literally one day of you missing a shot. That's it. It's all about confidence. If you can't get hot, you can't get into a rhythm, or you're off that day, you lose. I mean, that's just it.
St. Peter's beat Kentucky.
I'm just gonna say that's a perfect example. If St. Peter's comes out cold and goes 0-5 to start that game, Kentucky's gonna steamroll them. Instead,
look what happened to Loyola, Kenny.
Believing them, right? You come out, you start believing in yourself. It's tough to get rid of that confidence.
Think about what was a couple years ago, that Florida Gulf Coast team. Like that's all. I mean,
Georgetown, and then they beat someone else. Yeah, they got to the Sweet 16.
Yeah,
same thing. You come out, you get hot. Once a team starts seeing the ball fall in, they start to believe they can win. Then the higher seed starts to get a little nervous, like, oh
shit, we're not as good as we thought, or this team's a little bit better than we thought, or damn, that number 3's good. Mm-hmm. Damn, he could shoot. Maybe I should close out on him a little faster. Like all it takes in basketball is just a little thought to yourself, like, It's it's kind of like with baseball too. You get up at the plate and you're like, oh, this guy throws a little bit harder than I thought. Next thing you know, you're sitting down.
Then those jump shots become noodle arm from being nervous.
Yep.
Then shit's
baseball
off.
And basketball are good sports.
Listen, look at perfect.
Like, everything can be better, but if you have the best shooter, you can win the basketball games because he's going to knock down shots. And in baseball, if you have the best pitcher, the other team can be better than you in every other position, but if you have the best pitcher, you can win that game. Only two
Right.
sports where one player can literally win it for you.
I mean, look, perfect example. Look what Steph Curry did in the NCAA tournament. Look what Steph Curry did with Davidson College at the NCAA tournament. Even better example. Look what Jimmer Fredette did with BYU.
Jimmer Fredette, that was crazy.
Jimmer range.
That was a good time. Oh
Yep.
man.
Like these guys who are not the most athletic gifted, or especially in college, were smaller than everybody else on the field or the court. Not as strong as everybody else, didn't have as much skill as everybody else, but they come down and they're pulling up and they're hitting everything.
From range.
In the gym range.
In the Jimmer
Gym
range.
range. Oh man.
Jimmer could
Well,
pull
yeah,
from the
I'm a,
opposite free throw line, and it was a good shot.
yeah. My boy's still in China dropping 150.
Later was typing Jimmer.
He's still playing, right?
Yeah, he is.
Oh,
Who?
okay. Jimmer Fredette.
He's in the G League.
G
I
League,
thought-
or I thought he was overseas.
I knew he was overseas, but I thought he was in the G League now. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm thinking of Nick Stauskas.
Yeah, he's
Nick Celtics with the Celtics.
Nick Stauskas just dropped like a 50-point triple-double.
The Shanghai Sharks. Jimmer plays for the Shanghai Sharks, a.k.a. the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
Stauskas played. He dropped like back-to-back 40, didn't he?
Yeah, and the Celtics signed him right after.
Nick LaBella, shout out Nick LaBella, told me a story about the first weekend that fantasy or sports books were open, and the Shanghai Sharks were favored by 65 points on sports books, and he bet them to cover that 65 points, and they did not cover that 65 points.
How much did they cover, or what was it?
I think they won by like 35. Like they won by like 45 or 50 or something, but they did not win by 65 points.
Yikes.
That's crazy.
LaBella bet like, I don't know, he was so sure of it, and it was such a high favorited number. He bet like $250 on it, and he fucking lost. He lost it.
Let me hold $1.
He lost that shit. He said that. He said as soon as I got through the free bets, I erased the app. Shanghai Sharks favorite. You get those offshores. You get that offshore bet sites. You're good to go.
God damn.
Well, bet 365. My bookie.
Stuff. You wake up. You gotta at 4:00 in the morning. You betting on Chinese basketball.
Hell yeah! You get that Euro games going. You get some esports going.
Oh my goodness.
Esports at 3 in the morning.
Imagine betting the over-unders on Stephon Marbury games. Would have been wild growing up. Like 30, probably drop 40.
Man. All right, man. Let's get to the NBA. NBA is finishing up the last 10 games, man. Things are heating up here. What's your thoughts on the NBA?
I'll tell you one thing.
Playoffs.
One thing that comes to my mind right now when you're talking about the NBA.
Bruce Brown.
How's it, Phil? Can we get an update real quick?
Chill.
Phil, just an update.
Stay focused. I need you for 10 more minutes.
Damn.
10 more minutes.
I'm looking at the NBA right now, and one of the teams that I was really had high hopes for, Golden State Warriors, coming into the offseason. You look at it right now, Steph Curry's got a ligament sprain in his foot that he's going to be out reevaluated in 2 weeks. Draymond Green's hurt. Klay Thompson's still not healthy. The team is not really winning as much as we thought. They're starting not to get hot at this time, which is an awful time in basketball to not, to be on this downslope. So you're looking at a team like that, somebody that thought, hey, they could sneak in, to the finals and beat somebody because they got that experience, they got the player. They're not doing too hot right now. So I'm looking at the Warriors as a possible upset to be out early.
What about you, Kenny? What you thinking about NBA so far? What have you seen?
I mean, it's such a weird toss-up here. Like, I don't even really. You got the Nets now. Kyrie can come back. Like, does that make things much different? I'd say yes, but they're going to be a lower seed, so they're going to have a tougher matchup right out of the gate. Like, I really don't know. Like,
we don't have any updates on Ben Simmons either.
Obviously,
Ben Simmons says he might play a couple regular season games. He says he should be able to play a couple regular season games.
Like, if I'm a top-seeded team, I'm not happy that's all happening because I'm going to have to play the Nets early. At the same time, if I'm the Nets, like, I don't want to have to play Milwaukee in the first round, but I might have to play Milwaukee in the first round. Like, I don't know.
Or Milwaukee doesn't want to play the Nets in the first round.
That's what I'm saying. Like it goes both ways. Though. Like Milwaukee doesn't want to see Brooklyn, but Brooklyn doesn't want to see Milwaukee either. Like I guess I got to wait until the seedings are more finalized before I can have a clear thought.
Okay, so right now here, I can share my screen. The NBA has this cool playoff picture bracket up. Pretty dope. Hold on. Share my screen. All right, can you guys see it?
Barely.
Chill,
Zoom
chill.
in.
I'm zooming in right now for the people. I got you.
Get a bigger screen.
Got
It's
you.
fine on mine.
Right.
Download more screenspace.com.
Can y'all see it?
Yeah, that's a lot better.
All right, bet.
Okay, so Lakers got the play in against the
Surprisingly.
Pelicans. They should 100% win that. Ooh, Charlotte Atlanta
Oh, what
play.
the
Whoa,
hell?
whoa! I was
Whoa.
reading that.
My fault. Damn.
He's
I'll tell
zooming.
you. I'll tell you right
zooming
now.
in.
I'll tell you right now. That play-in tournament.
It's gonna be crazy.
I love that. I love that shit.
Look at out west. Like the Lakers have to win twice though. Like if they beat the Pelicans, they then have to play the loser of the Clippers and Timberwolves. Like so, if I'm the Lakers, I'm desperately. I mean, you're not going to make it a 5 games at this point. So they're just going to have to win twice.
Winner of 9-10 plays loser of 7-8.
Do you think Lakers probably turn it around?
I think
They're looking decent.
I think if the Lakers, I mean, they're starting to look okay. They get Anthony Davis back. Okay, they get Anthony Davis back. Russell Westbrook can turn it on at any time. Okay,
He's been playing better
let's not get it. Let's not get it twisted. You're
all
looking
roads
at
lead to playing Phoenix for the Lakers if they went out.
without with a broken-handed Chris
there's no
Paul.
around it.
With a broken-handed Chris Paul and Cam Johnson, who's out.
What we got? What we got in the
Oh.
chat? He said, "Oh no, we haven't talked about that." Actually, funny enough, before the pod today, Kenny had brought up that interview, powerful interview. Michael Beasley, shout out to him.
Haven't watched it.
Yeah, Pivot podcast.
First time me a
with,
snippet of it.
with Fred Taylor, and Ryan Clark, and what was it? What's it? Oh, I forget his name again. Crowder.
Channing Crowder.
Channing Crowder?
Yeah. Well, those guys they were with I Am Athlete, separated, and it was the greatest thing that we needed for content. But
Shit.
that interview was powerful. Definitely, you guys should watch it. Me and Kenny were talking about it earlier, and just his transparency and being vulnerable on there and everything, talking about like the hardships of being in the league and what happened to him.
Gotta love when athletes, get their own stage like that to talk about shit that goes on behind the scenes that you just don't know.
Yeah, and that's what's the nice thing about like all these platforms coming out is they get the opportunity to do that, to tell their side of the story, because for years it's only been one side told.
Yeah, the media.
Yeah.
Who you can't even fucking trust anymore. Like I love that barbershop shit. Like LeBron James barbershop, like that shit is so fire to me. I love that.
Oh, you say your dad called Beasley?
What?
Oh shit.
Phil's dead?
No, Showboat's father must know. He must know.
Really? I
pretty dope.
didn't know. I didn't know your dad knew Michael Beasley.
His dad in the basketball circuit or something?
I've seen his dad. Showboat's dad can low-key hoop. So
We at some point
That's what's up, man.
I will reach out to Phil again if the Nets get in the playoffs, if he has a clear schedule. We will talk to our NBA insider, Phil Nugent.
You were trying to get that man fired the last time.
Listen.
He said, listen, I'm gonna ask you yes or no questions. Blink twice for yes, and then don't do nothing.
yeah, the only questions he was able to ask was about a dunk contest.
Yeah, but the season's almost over now, so there's not really any
but-
questions that I can ask him that he can't answer. What am I going to ask him?
Yo, when's Ben Simmons coming back?
Nah,
Oh, he
we'll wait.
fam. That's what's up, bro. That's what's up.
We'll
Bro, Michael Beasley, man. Michael Beasley, be easy. That was my guy.
I mean, if you also look at the bracket, the Celtics are currently the number 4 seed. Just so you know, a great
Go
comeback
ahead, Phil.
for the
This
first
is
team.
go ahead, bro.
Yeah.
You got to play Boston? You got to play Chicago first game? Woo!
We're not worried about Chicago.
That's a sweep. Imagine if y'all get swept Wait, did Brooklyn sweep you guys last year? Did Brooklyn? Oh yeah, they did. Imagine if you get swept.
Did you get swept?
We swept Boston last year, didn't we?
Nope.
Let's see.
It was 4-1.
Was it 4-1?
Yep,
Yo,
4-1.
Yo, oh my goodness.
I promise you it was 4-1.
Imagine, Phil. Imagine that team loses again in the first round.
Phil, listen. Let me tell you something.
Phil, they can't lose again in the first round. Phil, they cannot.
They can't.
Phil,
Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Al Horford, they cannot. Marcus Smart.
Is everyone healthy?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, there's gonna be no excuses.
Literally, this has been like one of the better Celtics seasons in like a couple years, because the last 2 years they struggled with Kyrie, they struggled with Kemba.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have like
Isaiah Thomas brought y'all pretty deep too.
Yeah, they have the league's best defense stat wise. Derek White's been playing. Robert Williams
is a beast.
Hell of a year.
And Grant Williams is good too.
Yep, Grant Williams is top 10 in 3-point shooting. We needed that from him. Al Horford has been the piece that he was before he left, so that's even better. Mm-hmm. Better decision making. They need to work on consistencies a little bit, because I think they faced the Thunder a night or two ago. They're up like 20 something, but then they let them come back and cut the lead down to 9. They still won the game, but that definitely should have been definitely should have been a blowout. But it's just a very good Celtics season from what we've seen in the last 3 or 4 years. They definitely have a chance to make some noise in the playoffs this year than last.
They have a chance to also get beat in the first round.
It depends who they play.
Right now they got Chicago.
Well, they got Chicago right now. I don't see that changing much.
I would say Boston 6 or 7.
I don't see that changing much.
Because when is Lonzo coming back?
I mean, they've been playing without Lonzo since before the All-Star break, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say Lonzo's been gone almost the whole season.
Yeah, it's not like we're talking like they just won.
But now if they do, when they do get him, and when they do get him back, then what?
We're not worried.
It's just a bigger boost.
That, like, I think I said it before. When I look at playoff matchups, obviously it's a series, and I look at matchups, like player matchups, right? I just see a matchup problem for Boston against Chicago. I just see a matchup problem. Like, you got Jaylen Brown, okay, you got Tatum, but outside of that, I mean, Marcus Smart is obviously a very good defensive player, but outside of that,
Derek White, Robert Williams, Grant Williams has been good defensively as well. They've been like one of the best switching teams in the whole NBA. That's why they're number 1 ranked in defense over the Warriors recently.
But you think you have confidence against those guys against like a top big man like
Phil, stay in your ground, bro. Let him know. Don't let him talk you out of your confidence, bro.
Listen, all I know is y'all don't want to see Brooklyn.
He said Boston.
Y'all don't want to see Brooklyn. I'll tell you that much.
Listen,
man.
I want to see a matchup against Brooklyn, because that's the revenge from last year, obviously.
Ain't gonna be no revenge. It's gonna be the same fucking thing.
And plus, the Celtics has had the best defense we've seen in a couple of years, and we know Jason Tatum could go bucket to bucket with anyone in this playoff bracket. We've seen it with Kevin Durant. We've seen it with LeBron. We've seen it with anybody.
Yeah, I'll take Kevin Durant over Jason Tatum.
Yeah, I would too. But we know that if we had a shootout, we know Jason Tatum can catch up with him. We've seen it before.
I'll take Kevin Durant.
Yo, Kenny, what's your take on this, man? You got Boston or Chicago? What's up?
I think if that's the matchup, personally, I think it goes the distance, and I think Chicago wins.
I got Chicago.
Nah, I think that's done in 6. I think that's Chicago.
Chicago in 6, Phil. At least I gave you 7.
DeMar too much, man.
Phil, I gave you 7, Phil.
DeMar's cooled down since the All-Star break.
Phil, I gave you 7.
That's fine. I appreciate it.
I listen, Chicago is different.
The Bulls have been inconsistent the whole year.
What'd you say?
The Bulls
they've been inconsistent. They're only 3 games behind you, so what's to say about the Celtics?
Yeah, because the Celtics started.
No, I'm just saying. If you're
Celtics are hot right now, though. So
they're hot right now. So they weren't hot before. So then
they weren't. No, they weren't.
So what he's basically saying, they bound to cool down.
Who?
I don't know.
That's what Kenny's saying.
I'm just wondering. Let him go, because he said the Bulls have been inconsistent, but they're only 3 games different. So I got to know what's the difference for the two.
Well, because we saw in the first half of the season, the Celtics were wildly inconsistent. They blew plenty of leads. They were the best defensive team in the league, and then they were bottom 5 defensive team in the league. And then the second half of the season, they've been one of the best teams in the league in the second half. They had like 17, 18 wins, maybe like top 3, top 5 in the whole NBA. One of the best records. They only lost like 3 or 4 times ever since the All-Star break. So that's why they've been catching up the ground.
Yeah, shit. I don't know, man. I know for a fact y'all
okay,
don't
no,
want
so what I'm hearing is they were good. They were also not good. They were good. They were not good. Now they've been really good. So if I'm interpreting this correct, they have been consistently inconsistent.
The first half they were inconsistent. They've been a lot better since the second half started. There hasn't been no up and down the second half.
But Phil, if the trend holds, Phil, then they're going to be bad in the next half.
I was going to say, because then by that measure, can't I say the Bulls were consistent in the first half of the season and are just not consistent now? You guys just kind of flip-flop?
Ooh, that's a good point. Yeah. Phil, that's a good point.
Yeah.
So just saying, I think it's a toss-up series.
Showboat says you're a die-hard Celtics fan.
He knows it.
Of course. I mean, I would rep my squad too. I just have to.
Also, I mean, the first half of the season we saw DeMar DeRozan obviously go on a scoring rampage, and we haven't seen that much of it in the second half. But like Kenny said, playoffs is a whole new season, and that's where everyone's slate is clean and you start new. So
also
I'm gonna
think
go with
that
Boston.
We haven't seen DeMar go off as much because now Levine is back too. Because when DeMar was going not like that, Lonzo was out and Levine was out, and Caruso was in and out of the lineup. Now he's got Levine back, Caruso back. So
some would say the offense is ran better under Ayo Dosunmu.
Also, a key piece for the Bulls will be coming back for playoff time, I believe. Patrick Williams, very good young player. He's definitely gonna make a difference when he comes back.
He ain't doing shit.
He could. I liked him. I drafted him in our basketball league, but
he ain't gonna do shit.
Honestly, in the long run, this Lonzo injury, obviously, it's never nice to see a player get hurt.
But it might help him.
It might have been one of the greatest things for the Bulls because now Ayo Dosunmu had to be thrust into the lineup, and he's proven that he's a guy, and he can do things.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you're looking at a point guard right off the bench that can go get you 15 and 6 right off the bench.
Yeah,
right.
Not to mention a very, very good defensive player.
Right. I'll say, what other matchups are we looking at?
So obviously that Boston-Chicago one's very good. Philadelphia-Cleveland's intriguing, but I think Philadelphia is too much with Harden for that team right now.
I was just going to say that. I'd like to see Cleveland because it'd be a nice story, but
yeah.
They're still young.
I got Denver upset.
Oh, if that holds, I think Denver can beat them.
Jamal Murray,
especially if Jamal Murray comes back.
And Michael Porter.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Right.
Trouble.
That's big time trouble.
Well, Golden State might pass Memphis too. It's only 2-game difference.
Right. And don't sleep on Utah and Dallas. I think that.
I'm sleeping on Utah.
I'll sleep on Utah. I'm drooling on Utah. All right.
What my man Brown say? Ain't no one pick Utah in the game.
Let me get the pillow real quick. My fault.
I'm drooling on them.
Ain't no one pick Utah in the game.
My fault. I kind of just want to see Luka in the playoffs. That's kind of what I meant.
To be honest, though, Dallas might even fall down to the 6th seed.
Wow.
Dallas might fall to the 7th seed. Look, it's only a 2-game difference.
Yeah, true, very true.
Right, yeah, I just can't trust Utah in the playoffs. Every single year, they have a good regular season, but then disappoint in the playoffs.
Who do y'all think wins out of Toronto and Brooklyn?
Toronto. LeBron.
Brooklyn.
Okay. That's a legitimate question.
No.
I got Brooklyn.
It is.
I got Brooklyn without Ben Simmons winning.
You're looking at a Brooklyn team. So that Brooklyn record right there is without three. They played without their whole team almost all year.
Listen.
I mean, KD was hurt all year. Hey. Kyrie obviously could play maybe 20 games. And Harden they traded.
And that only happened 2 weeks before the All-Star break. He wasn't even playing the first half of the season. Kyrie.
Yeah, exactly. So you're looking at a Brooklyn record right there. That's.
So I'm trying to look for a good. Yep.
That Charlotte and Atlanta game will be fun. I mean, neither one of them will make noise.
LaMelo Ball versus Trey.
But it'll be fun.
LaMelo Ball went off tonight too.
That's gonna be in Charlotte too. There's gonna be bananas.
Michael Jordan will be there.
Do we think one of them can beat Toronto in the play-in game to get the 8 seed?
I mean, Atlanta's playing pretty solid right now. They're on a little run.
But I'm
as of late.
They just lost tonight to the Pistons.
They did?
Oh, paid.
Oh Lord.
By a lot.
Also, I don't think they'll be able to guard
What do you mean a
Siakam.
lot?
Yeah. I'm going with Spicy.
I think it was 101 to 120.
Yeah, no John Collins for probably the rest of the year, like rest of the regular season. So I think Siakam, Barnes,
they could slip. I mean, Atlanta could slip.
Yeah,
Atlanta could slip
also
out.
not be playing. Yeah,
Right.
Lawrence, what's the rest of the playoffs look like? Like the 11th seed.
Yeah, show the whole
Let's
seeds.
see.
No, we got this super zoomed in.
Oh, that's fine. It looks good.
Zoom.
Oh, never mind. The Knicks are behind them. Never mind.
Oh yeah, never mind. Yeah.
Oh, it's the Knicks. Yeah, forget about that.
Okay,
Although the
Pacers
Knicks
are
should just
eliminated.
win by 25 tonight. So
We gotta get Dylan on here one time. Cause listen, the way he be talking about the Knicks, bro, is absolutely
if the Knicks win the playoff, if the Knicks go to the playoffs this year, Dylan will be unbearable.
Oh my god,
But they gotta go. I'm not counting the play-in as a playoff. Let's get that
Absolutely.
straight right now.
No, yeah, it's not. It's not. It's a play-in to get into the playoffs.
He gonna be not. Yo, we got into the play-in last year.
Now, what's the West look like? The bottom of the
What you guys a 5 seed last year?
Oh Lord.
Oh man, San Antonio could sneak in.
Don't want to see triple double guard.
How about Greg Popovich? you don't want to see Pop in the fucking playoffs.
Welcome
And
back.
listen, and I think the Pelicans might fall down because Bi is out indefinitely.
Yeah, McCollum and Valanciunas has been carrying them.
Yeah.
The New York Trey Youngs.
Yeah,
Broadway Trey.
Yeah,
CJ McCollum
the New
is
York Trae
going
Youngs.
off.
Yeah, CJ is different. But
Yeah,
listen,
Oh wait, so what's our outlook for the Lakers right now? You think they'll probably stay at 9?
if LeBron
Yeah, they're not catching them. They're not getting the 8 seed.
Yeah, unless they go on like a crazy run.
Yeah,
Well, there's only what?
At
They only have 10 games left.
They could.
11.
Well,
Yeah, they got
11 games left.
11
Plus,
games
I think LeBron
No,
probably stood out a little more too.
There's
Is
82
it?
games of the season, right?
Oh
They
shit!
played
I spot.
72.
Oh, so
Yeah.
10. My fault.
Yeah, they got 10 left. The Clippers got what? 8 left.
Clippers got
Quick math.
74.
Yes, they got
8.
left.
Yeah.
That's that
what
math,
I'm saying.
though.
Like I don't think that.
I'm here for a reason.
I don't. Bitches have 8 already. So I don't see the Lakers catching them.
Y'all trifling.
If they end in a tie, the Clippers hold the tiebreaker.
Yep. So hopefully
Good point.
Westbrook has to weather the storm for the next 10 games because I think LeBron's going to be here and there. I don't think he's going to play all 10 games because he's sitting out tonight. So
Listen,
He's gonna have to win this one.
KG and Kendrick Perkins said the best thing that they could ever said about Russell Westbrook, right? Okay, you've had a terrible regular season, right? Like we all know, and it hasn't even been that bad. It's just the media perceives it as
Terrible by
bad,
Russell Westbrook standard.
right? And you see, and not to mention, you see all the bad shit that he's just airballing shit,
Those
he's fucking
poor
bricking
backboards.
shit. He's
Right.
not
You
playing
don't talk
well.
about the 3 straight
Now,
triple
let's put it straight. He's not playing well. All right. So now all of a sudden the Lakers are in the playoffs, right? Now all of a sudden the Lakers are in the playoffs. You're going up against the Suns. Russell Westbrook averages a triple double for the series, and they win, and they go move on. LA looks at you completely differently now. Now you go into the next series. Now let's say you don't have to average a triple double, but let's say you hit a buzzer beater in Game 3. Or let's say you make a great assist to LeBron and he hits something, or AD or some shit like that, right? You can change your whole season off the playoffs right now.
Yep, whole
So
new
if
season.
you're LeBron, if you're AD, you're telling Russell this. I mean, Russ, you ain't never won a championship, right? Like you've been close, but you ain't never won a championship. I've been there. We both been there. You gotta
No.
this is where your whole perspective changes right now. All right,
The
go out there.
ultimate silencer.
Go out there and silence everybody. Silence the haters. You hate the name Westbrook? All right, stop bricking shots. It's the playoff time. The whole country's going to be watching.
You hate it when they call you a turtle? Go off.
He does look like a turtle.
He looks like a Ninja Turtle.
Yo, the disrespect, son. How y'all trying to pep him up and just to knock him down?
And guess what? You back a hungry dog up.
Bro,
that motherfucker gonna bite. So,
bro, Russ is still Russ at the end.
Russell Westbrook has a Patrick Beverly punching bag in his house. So
and you know what? And guess what? The Lakers, don't forget, they still got LeBron James, who's leading the league in points per game this year.
Like, let's remember, and he
I
also
believe.
only lost in the first round of the playoffs once in his career, and it was last year. Like, but okay,
Right. So yeah, AD needs to be healthy. They need Westbrook to be consistent. They need everyone on the bench. They need to play defense. That's all they need to do.
Right.
Play defense.
And
Play defense
you know
and
who
get your
else? You know who else performed? You know, had some pretty great performances in the playoffs. It's on that roster. Kenny, let them know who it is.
say it for
Kenny.
me.
Kenny, you
Say
go
it for
ahead.
me.
I know you want to say it, Kenny. Go ahead. I'll let you say it.
Better than I can tell you.
All right, that's good too.
Available?
Yes, show it, Kenny. Go ahead.
Well, it's not readily available.
Oh,
What he's talking about the GOAT, Carmelo Anthony.
Carmelo.
you get a couple
Readily available.
you get a couple threes to the dome from Melo.
Oh, that's got Jim Payne on. The GOAT.
There he is.
Carmelo.
There you
All
go.
you need from Carmelo now is like 12 to 15 points a game, maybe 12 tops.
Listen,
No, what you need is you need Melo to go play power forward. We need power forward Melo back. All right,
Oh,
get down on the block, Melo. All right, get that fadeaway going. Go get me 15 rebounds. You still could.
we're gonna
you want to bet on that?
Matchup night.
y'all funny.
Over
Listen,
under.
Tonight
could.
definitely, as I say, tonight definitely been solid content, man. We were definitely flowing. Everybody that joined the chat and said
Showboat.
what's up to everybody. Showboat
That's about it.
out there.
Oh, shout out Rick. What up, Rick?
Nah, we had for about the last 30 minutes. We had about consistent 5-6 people. They're just not commenting. So
Lurkers.
You can talk to us.
We appreciate you though.
that's for
No,
you.
let's-
That's for you now.
We're
You know what
friendly.
I'm saying?
Not all of us are me.
I actually set up computers at my job to I set up some code to run at 8:30 to tune into YouTube IBTE. I subscribed and I set them up, so they're actually
Neil
bots
bots.
that I set up. It's a botnet that I have going at my job right now. So
We're going to get canceled for using bots.
Oh boy.
got stream bots?
Listen. Anyway.
bro, I'm not gonna lie. I've been wanting to say this all night, but that
Go ahead.
shirt logo looks like the OnlyFans logo to me.
What? This?
Yeah.
Damn. Wow.
Sort of. Sort of does.
Yo, listen. First off, it's my boy's birthday. Don't disrespect his logo and brand like that.
Well, I mean,
I got-
if it looks
I
like
got
if it looks like the
That
OnlyFans
wasn't-
logo, we should be happy because OnlyFans. Is
I
worth
don't
billions.
even see it. Like I don't know. But anyway,
I
he
see
said
what-
"Oh, y'all be on the OnlyFans?"
You can't
the
go anywhere
logo.
without seeing that shit. It's all
My
over Twitter.
man Floyd wore it out. My
You
man
definitely,
My
you
man
definitely
Floyd
gotta
wore,
go.
wore it on his hat out to the ring.
Yeah.
Hold on. You gotta go looking for that. You talking about this everywhere.
Barstool Sports had an interview today with two of them.
To a what?
Two OnlyFans promoters. They did a whole fucking
Bro.
interview today.
Neil's the OnlyFans manager. That's why.
He probably is. All right, Neil. That's your last
Whoa.
words, Neil. Kenny, what's your last words?
I still wake up as a champion every day.
I know how I feel, man. You feel me? Champion, big champion, big rings over here.
Big rings.
Hey. What about you, Kenny? What's your last words, man?
Last words. Matt Ryan, thank you for your 14 years of hard work, dedication. The city of Atlanta, the real fans appreciate that you were the greatest Falcon in team history. Those that don't say it are pure haters. They just never liked you because they still love Michael Vick, and that's a shame. They missed out on greatness. We're going to be the Jacksonville Jaguars for the foreseeable future without you. Hope you do well. I will not be like these Patriot fans, though, and, act like if you win, I won. It would be nice to see you win, but don't worry. Like, I'm not going to hop on the Indianapolis Colts bandwagon.
Let him know,
It was a
Kenny.
sad
Let
day
him
when I
know.
saw you get traded. No, not him. It's just Patriots in general.
No, let Phil know.
I'm not going to be one of those guys.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
I won't come on the podcast with a hat with a party hat, blowing up the zoo when you win the Super Bowl. But
first of all, that's a lie right there. It wasn't. It was kazoo. It was like one of those party streamer things. But it's a different story.
But yeah, it is what it is. You won an MVP. You did great things for this, not just for the organization, but for the city of Atlanta. You'll be missed. I hope the next guy is half the quarterback you were.
Phil, for your last words, I think you should say something to Bruce Brown.
Phil, what you got, man? What's your last words?
Well, unlike Bruce Brown, I know these guys are always there for an assist, so shout out to you guys. I didn't check. I was just guessing because I saw like 20 minutes ago he had one. So
still has one.
Oh no, it's a wrap.
It's over.
It's a wrap. Go ahead, man. What's your last words, man?
Another week, another episode of the stream. Just a heads up, Showboat was in the chat. He has a Twitch channel. All the Ball Central Gaming stuff is going to be on that channel. So if you want to see me and him act like a damn fool with video games, WWE, Fortnite, whatever, go check that out. So,
all right. Last words for me, man, is shout out to Kyrie, Jaren Jackson, KD, and Kyrie. Got me some moolah today.
You said Kyrie twice.
I did. Oh, shout out to him again because just hit on 2 tickets, which is nice, through the pod. So shout out to him.
He yells at us, Phil, but he does the same thing.
I said wait to the end. I said give me 10 minutes. Now is the time.
Hypocrite.
Now is the time. You feel me? He said I got bots that I set up. Such a scumbag.
For the views.
That's my last words right there. Make sure y'all go tune into everything we got at IBTE Network on all platforms. We up out of here. We appreciate you. And we love you. We up out of here. Peace.